up on cots where you don't really remember falling asleep, and you're in a garage.
I think I still have some burrito on my face.
No, it got magicked away.
Oh.
You don't know where your burrito is.
As the three of you are waking up, you also do hear the sound of something cooking in the little backroom kitchen. Bacon is definitely on the menu.
Yes!
I was gonna ask, like, if we're hearing it cook, it's probably bacon.
I don't know, sausage is kind of loud too sometimes or whatever.
Either that or someone's just not bothering to not just clang into everything in the kitchen. Also, that garage has a pretty fancy kitchen.
One of Griff's requests. Anyone who does go in sees Griff, same gear as the night before, but he's got bacon, sausage, some diced up potatoes, and he's currently actually frying up a couple of eggs as well.
Ooh.
And Jackie's sitting at the table with a cup of coffee. Oh, wonderful. You're awake. How are we feeling?
I'm really confused. I don't remember going to the cot.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
I've seen your face before. I'm trying to remember. I'm tired still.
Yeah, drink some coffee. I made it, Griff didn't. So it's safe to drink.
I don't drink coffee. It makes me jittery.
I will totally take you up on that coffee.
Jackie slides it across the table.
Ugh. Do you have any, like, creamer, half and half, sugar, and maybe some Baileys or whatever?
I don't know, Griff. What's in the fridge?
We got some fresh cream. Sugar and whatnot are on top of the fridge. Bailey's is in the back, but
Don't tell her where it is.
boss lady actually finds out you guys are drinking. She's gonna kick me, so no.
Whatever.
I'm kind of tempted to encourage that, because that would be rather entertaining to watch.
I was gonna say that might be, like, fun.
But, we're underage, so we really shouldn't be drinking anyway.
Maybe you shouldn't be drinking anyway.
I don't drink anyway.
Well, maybe I don't know, or whatever.
You three, breakfast.
Yes, please.
Yes, sir.
Griff places a plate loaded with bacon, sausage, eggs, and hash browns in front of each of you.
Are these, like, gluten-free?
Just eat it, it'll help get the remains of the sleep spell to wear off.
Wait, sleep spell?
I'm digging around in my pocket for a quarter when I hear that, and just pretend that I'm not listening and digging for, like, change or something in my pocket, but that perks my ears up.
What about a sleep spell? Like, not cool.
Sorry, it was the only way I knew you were going to get sleep. And I figured you could use the rest. It's just a light spell. It doesn't kick in that hard, but sometimes if you're tired and it kicks in, it takes a little longer to wear off in the morning.
Well, like, usually some lo-fi helps me, and you could, I guess a sleep spell or whatever. Sure, whatever.
If you're using the right lo-fi, it's practically a sleep spell. My book told me that one time.
Exactly.
That's true.
Are you saying you used magic?
Oh my gosh, Tay.
I'm sorry, I'm still on the fence. I'm not sure about it. Can you tell me more about it?
Jackie has a hat sitting next to her on the table. She just kind of like flips it over to where it's upside down, pulls a rabbit out of it, and then puts it back in.
Well, I've seen that magic trick before.
Hey, that rabbit owes me $20.
You know the rabbit? Should I talk to the rabbit?
It cheats at poker.
I'd talk to the rabbit. That would be, like...
Oh, sorry, I already let him go. That one tends to bite sometimes. Try and see if I can get him again. Pulls up a duck. Nope, the hat's not cooperating today. Shoves it back down. Sorry about that.
I thought that was just like illusions or whatever. Like,
Usually.
No, I think it's early morning and we're still just waking up. I think I'm gonna have some of this coffee and try again in 10.
I agree.
Frankie's gonna start grabbing bacon and eggs and just eating.
And Jackie's just like, okay, this is going to be a long day.
Yeah, you're telling us.
So, what did you do with the thing that we found? The what is apparently vampire people repelling object? The magic thing?
I was able to repair it long enough that it's not going to cause a problem until we can get it to a pixie that knows how to properly fix it, or at least disassemble it while it's stable.
So, what would have happened if we had broken it?
Not sure. I mean, worst case scenario, all the vampires in the city come and swarm you in a frenzy. Best case scenario, it does something else weird and unexplainable that's also complicating.
Glad we didn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I thought I saw a pixie yesterday. I mean, I saw something that was. I'm pretty sure it was a fairy type thing, and I'm pretty sure it was a pixie because it. Well, that's what my book told me. I looked into my book and it told me that.
Frankie, what's the difference between a pixie and a fairy? Is there even one? I don't even think so, or whatever.
Big difference. Fairies don't usually exist in this world. I mean, some slip through, but...
Wait, there's another world? I knew it!
Yeah, way to drop a bomb. How many worlds are there?
I'm not sure.
Endless.
Infinite?
Like you know?
Well, like, there's all those, like, physics theories and whatever.
Did you read that from a book?
Hey Missy. What if there's a world where you're a pixie?
Go ahead and deny it now.
In that world, maybe you'd be a fairy.
Maybe she'd be, like, queen of the fairies. That would be funny.
That would be really, really funny.
I don't like the idea of that much responsibility.
I don't like the idea of being a pixie.
I'd recommend if you ever come across one, just be polite but don't agree to anything they offer you.
Come across a queen of the pixies, or
Just a fairy or a fey creature. Tech pixies can be a little less tricky to deal with. Just be careful and never screw over a tech pixie.
Tech pix. What's the difference between like a regular pixie and a tech pixie? Whoa, Tay, I totally know how you feel now. I am so sorry for making fun of you.
just drink your coffee and let's all get some information. And then I look over at Jackie as I say the word information.
That's what I'm here for.
Well, can you maybe fill us in? Like, why are we still here? And do we have, like, a job to do? And if we're doing it, how involved are we right now? Like, how in over our heads are we? And how stuck is that fact?
Can we, like, take the blue pill or whatever, red pill, whichever one it was? I didn't really pay attention.
You have to know. You have to really know which pill is which.
Dang it. I'll take both.
I'm busy pulling out my book and just kind of flipping pages and just ready to try to get more information while we get explanation.
Frankie, what pill is it that I take?
Unfortunately, now that your powers have woken up, there's really no going back for you. You're in this world whether you like it or not.
So I took, like, the red pill and didn't even know it? Or blue pill?
We're stuck in a garage forever.
I think it's more like how you have to hide medicine in cat food so the cat will take it.
Peanut butter is good.
Unless you have the world's dumbest cat, then you need to put it in the thing you don't want him eating.
Yeah, maybe you can like sugarcoat this for us.
I'd really appreciate that. I'm like, you can't tell because of my like cool demeanor and stuff, but I'm totally freaking out or whatever.
Griff just looks to Jackie and just starts snickering.
She's just rubbing her temples like, okay, it's been a while since I've had to explain this to anybody.
There ain't going back.
Home or
You can go
Of course
home.
you can go home.
But Griff shuts up and goes back to his bacon.
Oh, you're more than welcome to go home. I just would rather explain this to you before you wander off while I'm still in the city.
yeah, I mean, oh, you're leaving?
Well, yes, I've got work to do elsewhere.
Okay, so when you say there's no going back where? Like, what's changed?
You can't really learn magic's not a thing anymore.
So it is a thing?
Griff looks to Jackie and looks back and just, you know what? I'm gonna shut up and let you handle this part. I ain't good here.
I want to grab that hat that the rabbit and the duck came out of and just shove my hand into it.
Go for it.
Do you want me to roll?
Just give me a straight plus craft roll.
2.
Your hand just hits the top of the hat. There's nothing there.
You're lying.
Wait. Let me try. I'm gonna look up instructions in my book to try to, reach in and pull something out of it.
Go for it. Give me the roll.
So, craft plus my book?
Yeah?
Okay. That's a 4. I want to succeed at a cost.
You stick your hand in and it goes farther than you feel like it should.
Roll a d100 to see what creature pops out.
You start to grab at something, and then you feel something bites you.
Ow! That hurts.
Talk to it.
I will pull my hand back out because I just got bitten.
Is that like a Mary Poppins hat?
Yeah, you see these tiny little teeth marks? It looks like you were just bit by a cat.
I think there was a cat in there.
Mhm.
No, I think it's like just a sharp hat.
No, something bit me. That's teeth marks.
Oh, yes, sorry about that. I forgot I put that in there. I'll deal with that later. Hang on.
No, it's a trick.
Then she reaches into the hat and pulls the rabbit fully out this time. It's like, oh, wonderful. Hey, Griff. She holds out the rabbit. This is the right one, yes?
Yes, hey you owe me $20.
Oh, do we get to watch like a giant dogman beat up a rabbit?
I'd pay money to see that.
It looks like a regular rabbit is the thing. It's not a solid white rabbit. It looks like just a regular rabbit, and when Griff says that, it squeaks.
That was already in there.
I told you it's an illusion.
What are we doing here?
Should I talk to the rabbit?
All it's gonna say is, hey, don't let that guy touch me. I own $20.
I'm curious to see how far along your magic is.
I am going to use my book to help me.
Yeah. She's holding out the rabbit, and the rabbit is just... one eye seems to be on Griff, the other eye is on you.
This is my special power with my books. Yay. So that's going to be 2 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1. The total's at 6.
What are you asking the rabbit?
Excuse me. This fellow here says you owe him $20. I don't know if you understood what he was saying.
Yeah, what about it? Chi-chi. None of y'all can understand this, but the rabbit is, like, squeaking back at her.
Oh, he says that you cheated at poker.
I would never.
I don't know. He says that you owe him $20 though, and I don't know anything aside from that. Just that he says you owe him $20 and that he says you cheated.
Okay, is Frankie squeaking as well?
Squeak, squeak 'em, squeak 'em.
I don't know.
Are you speaking rabbit or are you speaking?
It's creature speech, so I'm guessing it sounds like rabbit. So yeah, squeak, squeaker, squeak, squeaking.
Tay.
Ask it if it needs somebody to spot it at 20, because I'd love to have a rabbit in debt to me.
My friend here wants to know if you need to borrow $20 to pay this guy back.
I don't need your help, you puny little street magician. Tell Griff I'm good for it and let me go on about my business.
I'm not puny. Okay, so I'm a little on the small side, but I'm not puny.
I'm just staring at you two, like, squeaking at each other, like, this is too early in the morning. I'm still on the fence about the whole magic thing.
Got my mouth full of hash browns.
Jackie's just watching like, nodding.
Can you, like, understand them? Miss, Jerry, Joseph.
It's Jackie, and no, I don't really do creature speech that well, but I do know they're communicating.
So weird.
It's actually impressive. It's a tricky thing to master.
Uh-huh.
Griff is leaning against the mini fridge and just has this giant grin on his face.
The rabbit looks like he just wants to run away.
When you say you're holding up the rabbit, I just imagine you're holding it by the ears.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely she is. It's not an ordinary rabbit.
I'm just gonna kind of twiddle my fingers together and just like, the rabbit says that they're not paying back because they're saying that you cheated.
Bold words.
And also, the rabbit says that they don't want your help.
Ungrateful.
I half believe you.
It's what the rabbit was saying. Also called me a puny street magician. I didn't quite catch what they said after that because I'm not puny, am I?
Are you puny? How big is your character?
She's short.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say puny or whatever, just like, you know, hash browns.
When you mention puny, Jackie just kind of like pulls the rabbit back so she can look at it. Don't be rude.
It is a rabbit, so it's kind of bold words coming from a rabbit.
He's a tricky one, though.
Told you it was a trick.
So, Jackie, what do we do now?
Well, there's some things you're gonna need to learn quickly about local politics before you get dragged in on the wrong side or caught in something you don't understand, she says, shoving the rabbit back into the hat.
Before we get caught into something we don't understand, you say shoving a rabbit back into a hat.
The rabbit is actually going quite willingly into the hat to get away from Griff.
Coward!
Oh, don't worry, now that I've pulled him out twice, I can always get him another time.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, there's several factions you're gonna need to be aware of. I'm not as familiar with the politics in this particular city. Griff, do you have the lay of the land here?
Yeah, of course. Alright. Most cities have a couple of different supernatural factions. Some of them have managed to pay their dues and are recognized as part of the accords of that city. For example, there are Dryads. They have the best weed ever, and if you need gardening tips, they're amazing. Also, obviously, as for the three of you, there are humans that have awoken to magic, either by deals, bloodlines, things like that. Y'all are known as street magicians. They're tech pixies. They're short, and they're horrible. I'm gonna leave it at that there.
That's not nice. Some of them are quite lovely, once you figure out what to bribe them with.
You didn't end up having your animal form being stuck with pink ribbons for a month.
Oh, I would have paid to see that.
Which tech pixie did that?
This sounds like a you problem.
Fair enough. It's the little green-haired trug. And of course, he gestures to himself, there are shifters. Usually there's 1 to 2 packs per city.
Packs? There's like more of you or whatever.
Well, most of the time, the only thing that really stops other shifters are shifters, so...
So is there like a shifter hierarchy? If there are packs of them, are there pack leaders?
Yeah, you already met her last night.
Oh.
Oh, you mean Gina?
Yeah, boss lady.
Oh, okay.
Usually, best way to think of it is an army. She's the general.
That's a good description. I'm going to have to remember that one. My shows usually draw a couple of new street magicians to them, so getting better at explaining things.
I feel like we did something bad and we're gonna get punished.
They'd be answering to me first.
Well, thanks and stuff.
I don't know, you all did wonderfully considering you've kind of stumbled into things.
So, there's different groups. There's the dryads, the shifters, the vampires, the tech pixies,
Street magicians.
street magicians, and
Do you not have goblins here?
Well, goblins are here too, just they're honestly mostly above us, so we know well enough not to get in their way.
That's a very, very fair point. It's good to have them on your side, but sometimes it's like they're playing 3D chess and I don't know what they're talking about.
I barely know checkers.
Really, really, Tay? I'm so sorry. Or whatever. I'm not good at apologizing, but I'm like legit freaking out right now. So, sorry for making fun of your freak out earlier or whatever.
okay, I have a question. You said you don't want us to get dragged into the wrong side of things. So what I don't know what that would mean with all of these different groups. Like which ones don't we want to get dragged in with?
Actually, that's a fair point. How do we know that, like, you are the good guys?
They didn't kill us or whatever. I don't know.
Is that our barometer?
They gave us bacon.
They gave us bacon. They didn't kill. Is the bacon
How do you
poisoned?
know it's not, like, poison or Exactly. We don't know.
That would be disgraceful to bacon. I mean, he was eating it too.
Maybe like shifters are immune or something.
Also tends to break the law of hospitality.
Of what? The
I mean, is that a law that we have to follow now?
Not necessarily.
Yeah, not everyone does it. There will be certain functions, particularly around transitions of power and things like that, where the laws of hospitality will be instilled. I'm reaching out to John to see if there's any other street magicians I can connect you with, so you aren't trying to figure out this all on your own.
Can I text my parents?
You absolutely can. I mean, you have your phone.
Yeah, I just want to shoot them a "What's up? I'm safe. Are there magic police?"
I'm sorry, you were right.
Is anyone else texting their parents things?
Nope.
I'm probably texting mine. Still with Tay and Missy. Got some sleep this time. Be home in time for dinner. Something along those lines.
Okay, fine. I'll text my mom and say I'm alive.
I'm not mentioning anything about magic because my parents think it's all crazy talk.
Which is ironic because I thought my parents were all crazy talk.
That is a typical reaction. Why most street magicians and other supernaturals try and flow under the radar.
Some better than others.
Wow, ego much?
Hey, I chose this.
So, what else should we watch out for? I mean, I'm guessing we should probably not get too involved with the vampires, because, I don't know, do they just actively just come up into people and just drink their blood? I don't want to be a beverage.
Most don't participate in that. At least not without asking permission first. I know there's some that are into that. I don't know if there's any around here, though. But there are rules. We have to make sure that the mundane world doesn't realize magic is real, because I think some of them, their heads would explode.
So we have to follow rules.
Wait, their heads will literally explode, or is that like a... Oh, I...
Breathe.
Breathe, Missy.
I'm breathing, okay?
Oh, yeah, I guess you are. The calming, really slow ones.
That is saved for people whose heads don't explode?
Your head hasn't exploded, so you're okay.
Yet.
I mean, so long as you don't make a deal with an abyssal, you should be fine. Just never, ever, ever make a deal with an abyssal or anything related to magic.
Abyssals, too. Frankie, add that to your list or whatever.
Okay, I'll write that down.
Abyssals don't sound very good.
Also, be very careful researching that. It's dangerous.
Okay, so don't search my book for abyssal. Okay.
That won't end well.
Okay. You said that it's tricky to figure out what pixies like for bribery. Do we have to bribe pixies all the time if we need to talk to them or something?
Offer 'em sugar.
Or mother-buzz if you can get your hands on it.
In water. Sorry.
Wow. Thank you for weaseling that one in there.
Didn't Murder Buzz get banned at weeks after it got released?
I was still around. I think there's some black market distributors who have found a way to create it.
It wasn't that
Griff waves.
killing people or stuff?
More or less than vampires.
I mean, vampires don't kill people without cause. The ones that do get dealt with quickly.
Griff waves again.
I'm just a little confused about what is it you want us to do. Like, apparently we have abilities. Apparently we can't go back. Here we are eating your breakfast in your garage, so you're not kicking us out.
I hope.
I guess, aside from my parents who aren't texting me back, you're pretty much the biggest figure of information for me right now. So, from the standpoint of you, what would you have us do?
Well, like I said, I don't know the community very well here, but I'm reaching out to John to find other street magicians you can meet and other people from the different factions, so you'll have access to that information. But this is just your crash course on the world you find yourself in.
So can I, pull a rabbit out of a hat?
Only if you can speak animal or something?
Are you training us right now, or what's going on?
Is that what we're doomed to do? Is just, illusion stuff? Oh my gosh.
Hey, talking to the rabbit wasn't an illusion.
Subject to, some kind of immense bureaucracy of the new world we found? Is there a pamphlet?
Politics? Ew.
Not that I'm aware of, at least in this city. And different people have different magic. It depends on a variety of things, where it comes from. Mine has Fey influence.
Oh, so you make deals with pixies a lot?
Well, that's not where I get my magic, but yes. It helps to have tech pixies when you're doing large productions.
You said, don't accept... You guys are, not making any sense. They're don't accept things from pixies.
To clarify, I said be careful making deals with Fae.
Oh.
I didn't make a deal with any fae. I was just born with it. Apparently, the result of a previous deal is something. I'm still fuzzy on that. Tech pixies, when you're dealing with them, be specific about the favor you're trading. Some may try and weasel you into something open-ended. Don't.
Are you sure I can't have any Baileys in my coffee?
Gina said no underage drinking.
I want to suggest that Griff go grab that anyway.
Go for it.
Just to like test the waters. I don't actually want it delivered. I just want to see like, can I like actually convince somebody to do something? 2 plus craft is 1 plus cards is 1 plus suggestion is 1. So 2, 3, 4, 5.
I believe 5 to 6 is a success. So what does this look like?
I'm fully doing an entire layout on the table and like putting all of my thought. I'm trying way too hard. And I just like Jedi mind trick. You want to go get that?
I'm gonna say, Griff, it does work.
Alright, I'll run with it. Griff looks to the young individual who had convinced him and...
I'm like wide-eyed.
Fine.
Fine.
Griff goes and grabs a stash of his own Baileys from the fridge and comes out and... Alright, Jackie's... let's be realistic here. She's from this era. I'm not.
Wait.
It's a raw deal put on you kids, and you know what? For that, I'm honestly sorry. But you get to see some amazing things in your time now, so take solace in that. And he pours half a shot into 3 mugs and then throws some coffee on top of it.
Just half?
I'm going to push the mug away from me.
Yeah, I also do the same, and then I turn to Missy and say, "You're welcome."
Okay.
And Jackie's just looking very amused at this.
You tell anyone I'm peeing on your tires.
I don't have a car, so go ahead.
That's my car, though.
It won't make it like any more depreciated, I promise.
Actually, you would be surprised.
Ooh.
Is it like acid or something?
I decided to name my car. I mean, it's just gonna run better than before. I'm gonna call her Gertrude.
Wow.
Nice name.
I knew a guy who named his car Galahad.
Wow.
Him?
Oh, you've met him too?
Cheats at cards worse than I do.
He really does.
His car doesn't run very well either.
His is more a self-inflicted issue.
You just summed up his entire existence, pretty much.
I'm gonna let the smarter one here do the talking, but as far as you kids are concerned, the garage is a safe place. If you ever need it, come here.
I'm still, like, confused. You said you're not from this era. Like, what?
Most shifters aren't from this era.
What does that even mean?
It means the place in time.
No way. It means a place in time?
It means shifters live. I don't know if anyone actually knows how long you all live.
Mind if I show the kids something?
Oh, go for it.
I am watching eagerly.
Alright, welcome to your lesson about shifters, kids. Rule 1, we're hard to kill.
Cool.
And Griff completely releases his animal. So you see him go from this 6.5-foot shifter to a 10-foot monster.
I'm going to chug the coffee with the Baileys in it, grab Frankie's and chug it, and then hold Tay's in front and just inhale.
Can I take a picture with my cell phone?
You're welcome to try.
I do try.
Griff, are you allowing that?
Nope. Before you even grab the picture, the phone is taken from you by Griff.
Fair.
He carefully puts it down and he picks up a butcher knife from the kitchen area and places this just foot-long paw on the table. And just deftly pulls the knife up, slams it through the back of his hand, and lifts up his hand and makes sure you all see that the blade has cleanly punched through. Same gesture, pulls the knife out, and you watch as the hole is quickly covered by muscle, and then skin, and then fur.
I lean over and puke.
Oh my gosh, can I try?
That was really gross, but also really cool.
Missy, as you puke, Jackie does a couple of flicks of her hand, and it just it doesn't hit the ground, and just floats over to the trash can.
Missy, that's why you don't drink.
No, that's why you don't drink. That's why I don't shove knives into people's hands or whatever.
Can I try?
That was a better explanation than what I was going to say.
Griff pulls his animal back inside, and you see as the 10-foot wolf turns back into Griff. He puts the knife back by the sink and turns back to everybody.
I guess that's a no.
We've been around for a while. Anyone who's a shifter wakes up to their other form, and we're hard to kill. We're not impossible, but we can take a beating.
To be clear, if I stab myself in the hand, is it just going to be normal stab in the hand?
You are not
You're
a
not a
shifter.
shifter.
Okay, so don't do that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that means you still just have a stab hole in your hand. Unless someone magic fixes it.
How do we know unless we try?
The amount of street magicians who can do healing magic is pretty low. So I assume that the three of you probably can't do that. But that concludes your lesson on shifters. I was a Viking. Gina was a Templar. There's even pirate queens out there, so...
I have heard of that one. Been curious to meet her.
She has a shoot first, shoot second, and occasionally reload and shoot third policy. Was coughing up buckshot for a week. There wasn't a question, she just started with that.
I like her.
So avoid angry shifters, got it.
I think avoid shifters in general, or whatever.
And don't aim for their hands.
Oh, shifters make great friends, just don't piss them off.
Pretty much.
What if you aim for their head? Griff, can I try that knife trick with your head?
Griff looks to Jack.
Jackie face palms.
I'm just curious and want the lesson to continue or whatever.
You in the mornings.
I'm not a morning person, okay? And I just threw up all my Baileys, so give me a break.
Griff pulls the hem of his t-shirt down a little to reveal a thick white scar across his neck. Something took my head off once and that didn't stick. Trust me, girlie. Knife to the head ain't gonna do anything.
So I could do it?
Missy?
I don't recommend doing that here.
Gina wouldn't finish the job if I let you do that, so no.
She probably would.
How? What? Oh my gosh, I'm so confused.
Just think, shifters. Part human, part animal, hard to kill. Street magicians. You pull magic from around you. Tech pixies, horrible little jerks that are magic. Goblins, lawyers of magic. Dryads, they have the best weed ever. There you go. Welcome to Griff's School of Magic Training. Jackie, back to you. And Griff just shuts back up again.
What about abyssal? You said something about abyssal. It doesn't sound good.
You see something that has abyssal power, you go the other direction.
Well, like, how am I supposed to know that?
They don't hide it.
No, and the magic does tend to unravel reality around it.
So are we in danger of vampire attacks right now?
No, it's all good. Most of them feel like they've got a bit of a hangover today. But they'll be fine and back to making ridiculous amounts of money and whatever schemes they're involved in here. Most of the time it's real estate.
So, like, every, whatever punk and goth person I see or whatever is a vampire?
Did you say housing and real estate?
Yes, they're not always all of the housing and real estate developers, just the big ones.
That's why the housing market sucks.
I
like this one.
That was a good one. Just don't say that to their face.
Thank you.
They're snobby.
Okay, so how do we recognize them? I'm a little confused on that.
Yeah, is it like goths?
If they're out during the day, they're not a vampire.
Okay, but what if it's at night?
Griff walks over and just crosses his legs and sits down in front of you. I want you to actually extend your magical sense around me.
Okay.
Don't think about it, just think about how you would reach out to somebody.
Frankie, she's just hugging her book tight right now, just kind of face scrunched up, like she's concentrating and staring at Griff, just trying to think about reaching out.
Breathe. Relax. And just picture it in your mind.
Alright, what do you want me to roll on that?
Plus craft.
Yeah, just breathe, relax, and picture in your mind about how you do magic.
Hey.
Yeah, Frankie. Breathe.
You shush. Let her try first.
Alright. Total score on that is an 8.
As I say, as you take a deep breath, you just feel it click, and I will let Dustin take over the rest of that description.
As you reach out to Griff, you focus your senses on him. The same kind of sensation you had explained to you about Griff's past before. You smell this thick, coppery scent of blood. You hear the clang of steel upon armor and leather. And behind Griff, you see the wolf that you saw before, just this 10-foot monstrosity, covered in various sigils and mimicking Griff's position. You realize that through however Griff is connected to this animal side, the two of them can just shift back and forth effortlessly, and seems to be that's how they've adopted the name of shifters.
Whoa.
Whoa.
He's there, and there's the smell, and it's
You
really
smelled
like
him?
copper, and there's sounds, and then there's the wolf, and it's like they're just she's doing this strange hand gestures. Well, one-handed because she's still hugging her book. She is struggling to explain what she just saw.
As that's happening, Jackie's got her eyes closed. She's doing something similar, but also conjuring an illusion to kind of recreate what she's seeing. It's not perfect, but... So you all see an illusion taking shape around Griff that looks similar to what he just described. Should be something like that.
And at some point in Jackie's illusion, you do see Griff dressed as a Viking carrying two massive axes and battling a Templar who, at some point, Griff knocks her helmet off and you do realize this is Gina, shortly before she sank her blade into Griff.
Oh, so that's how you met.
I still say it was a cheap shot.
Says the guy who cheats at poker with rabbits.
Oh.
If I could cheat at Tiddlywinks, I'd do that too.
Wait, the rabbit was right when you cheated?
It's just a given when you're playing poker with that rabbit, everyone's cheating.
Poor rabbit.
That's how everybody keeps fair.
Exactly.
May the best cheater win.
How does that even make sense? Why would you play poker when everybody's cheating?
Wait, there was something that some guy said that, like, yeah, the game is rigged, but it's the only game in town or whatever.
So you guys don't like three-dimensional chess, but you like poker where everybody is assumed to be cheating?
Yes.
Well, to be fair, three-dimensional chess is kind of hard.
Just trying to get a sense for, like, your style.
There's also the fact that it's fun to see who can get away with cheating the most.
Exactly.
Jackie pulls out a deck of cards, fans them out, and you see their faces just shifting back and forth. Peck's a being an illusionist, and she flicks her wrist and the deck disappears.
Okay, that was like an amazing palm.
I don't think that was a palm.
I've seen that one at a show before.
Oh, really? Which show?
It was sort of this basic card trick show that was at a birthday party.
I don't think that was the same trick.
I mean, card tricks are just card tricks, you know? I like the rabbit that owes someone money out of a hat gag better. I'm sort of dismissing the concept of magic again.
It's okay, Tate. I'll explain it again later.
I'm in some kind of weird denial state. I still haven't heard back. Where's my cell phone? Griff, did you fully take that?
He put it back on the table, but I also kind of forgot the second half of when you texted your parents.
Are there magic police?
Would there be anything like that in this city?
The street magicians would do their thing to patrol their own. Shifters, vampires, pixies, and dryads all know that if they get outed, their numbers are going to drop drastically, so they would not stick their own necks out.
Yeah, so you get a text back. Glad to hear y'all are all right, sweetie. You're finally ready to talk about magic now?
Sure. I just say sure.
Well, if you're asking about Magic Place, it depends which faction's territory you wandered into. Do you know who you're talking to? What's their name?
I'm on the fence about whether or not I out your name to my parents right now. So I just say a shifter and someone who does card tricks.
How did you end up in the shifter's territory?
Kind of a wild night. I'll tell you when I get home. For now, am I in trouble?
If you were in trouble with the shifter, sweetie, you would know.
He made us breakfast.
And you're probably fine. Just whenever you come home, your dad and I will explain things.
I promise it was a healthy breakfast. There wasn't any kale, but it was well-rounded.
I'm sure it wasn't, sweetie. A Touch of Magic is a tabletop game set in the world of the Graveyard Tapes and run by Brian and Jean. The system used is Basic Witches, a 2-page indie TTRPG designed by Alicia Furness. The players include Angela Dumalog, Robin, Rick the Whitebird, and Dustin Gray. Production assistance by Brian and Jean and Robin.